with food prices continuing to make headlines, we are continuing to look for new ways to keep our grocery bills down.
Yeah, and thankfully, our next guest has some tips. Here with her grocery shopping hacks is Zero Waste chef and Love Food Hate Waste Canada ambassador, Christine Tizzard. Welcome to the show.
So happy to be here. Happy to have you. Okay, so let's start with general tips for grocery shopping. What would you give?
So general tips, first thing is before you go out shopping, why not try like shopping your own kitchen first a little bit? Maybe look around the cupboards, look in your freezer.
You sound like my mother right now.
See what's in there first before going out there, and then make a list. And I've been here before, and I think I've said it almost every single time I've been here. Make a list and stick to it.
Okay.
Some of us might be prone to impulse buying.
Yeah.
That's me. First one.
Yeah.
So, and if you are one of those people, grocery delivery.
Okay.
You make your list.
Then you have to
You
stick to it.
Okay.
And you deliver your groceries.
Should you also eat before you go to the grocery store? Because that's usually my problem. I'm hungry and then I'm just picking up everything.
Well, there's that too. I mean, you don't really go grocery shopping on an empty stomach.
No.
We've all heard that one before. And then when you get to the grocery store too, the one thing that I really like to do is I look for the reduced price aisles first, and I only shop the perimeter, and I don't go down the aisles I don't need to. Like I'm always like looking and saying like, do I really need to go down there or not? And just kind of avoid it altogether. And yeah, those are like just my
Yeah.
Good tips. All right, so a good way to save money is by buying frozen seafood. Why is that?
Yes, so if you are a fan of fish and seafood, going frozen is the way to go because you save a lot of money. Frozen fish and seafood are less expensive. And today with technology, the fish, when it's caught, it's frozen right at sea. Yeah. So the quality is just as good. And another great tip is that you can cook frozen fish and seafood from frozen. Like frozen shrimp, you can cook from frozen, and frozen fish fillets, you can cook right from frozen. And I brought you an example of a recipe.
All right, so tell us how you made this fillet with this frozen seafood.
So this is a panko and black sesame crusted halibut.
We have a little example here.
It's one of the easiest recipes I do, and it takes 20 minutes from start to finish. I boost the oven up to 400 degrees, because when you're cooking frozen fish, you do want to have a nice high temperature. So roasting, broiling, things like that. 400 degrees, I put the frozen fillets in the pan. I dusted a little bit of salt and pepper, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Then I take it out, and then I made this little crust of panko, nutritional yeast, and black sesame seeds with a little bit of smoked paprika. I dust that on top, put it back in the oven, 400 degrees, another 10 minutes, and it's done.
Is there a reason why you don't just put that seasoning on right at the beginning?
Because it's at a high temperature, and it'll start to burn.
Great, thank you.
So halfway through.
Then your next hack is making things you usually buy. So what types of things are you talking about?
So there's so many things that are so easy to make at home, but we're just so used to the convenience of buying them. And things like simple muffins, loaves, cookies. I mean, you go to a cafe right now and you get your coffee, and a breakfast cookie is $4.25.
Yeah.
And these things are really easy to make at home. And even if you're not an avid baker, these are very, very basic recipes. Also, sauces, condiments, tomato sauce. We're talking sometimes like $8 to $12 for some of those premium.
Make that from scratch. It's
Do
so
you
easy
make
to
it?
make
I
from
have
scratch.
never made a tomato sauce ever.
Really?
I just pick up the jar off the shelf.
Oh, I have to come and teach you how to make a tomato sauce.
You don't have that kind of time. You're starting from scratch with me. I'm just letting you know right now. And you just mentioned something really good about how expensive it is to go to those coffee shops and to, the muffins are very expensive, but you have a recipe that is less expensive.
Yes, so I love carrot cake, I love zucchini muffins, and I love banana bread. So I was like, hey, why not just do it all together? So this is my CBZ.
Is there chocolate chip in this?
Oh, I did put chocolate chips in there too, because I like those a lot too. So CBZ, carrot, banana, and zucchini muffins. You could also make it into a loaf.
Very good.
Hey, I love this. Okay, so you also say that buying whole is the way to go. So how do we train ourselves to start doing that? With the convenience of grabbing like pre-cut? Because sometimes I have to say guilty as charged. Like I'll just be like, it's just easier to take that step.
It is. It's the convenience we're paying for, and if we really want to narrow down our grocery bill, we're gonna have to maybe start cooking a little bit more at home, but also prepping at home. And this is where like the worst part of grocery shopping is, and I think I heard you saying this in the makeup room, the worst part of grocery shopping is coming home and having to unload the groceries.
Yeah.
So it's so bad anyways, why not just make it worse and then start chopping and prepping everything for the week?
I have all kinds of energy as I'm prancing through all the aisles, and I'm like, that's lovely. And then I get home, and I'm like, who's gonna cook all this stuff? Right?
Yeah, but like I kind of have learned to zen it out a bit, and I turn on some tunes and I take that period of time to kind of meal plan and prep throughout the week. Yes. So that's where I take up that time. And buying things whole, like your whole broccoli, your whole squashes, your whole pineapple, just take some time, prep it when you get home, and you're gonna save yourself some money. Also, whole proteins.
Yeah.
Stop buying the boneless, skinless chicken breasts and buy the whole chicken.
Okay. Good idea.
You're gonna make more meals out of it.
You're right. You're right.
Do you?
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, she's right. She's
sorry.
right.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So next, you're gonna talk about something I've never heard of before. You let me make sure I say this correctly. Spatchcocked.
Yes.
A whole chicken. I have never heard that terminology. I had to read that twice. What is spatchcocking and why do you do it?
So spatchcocking, otherwise known as flattening a chicken. I like saying spatchcocking better.
Why did you say flattening the chicken? So this is a spatchcock.
So basically, you're flattening the chicken. So buy your whole chickens, bring them home, and before you cook them, you're going to take out the backbone. And it's very easily done with a pair of kitchen shears or even garden shears, which is sometimes what I use at home.
Wow.
And you just snip it and then you flatten it.
Okay.
The reason why I like doing this is because it cuts down the cooking time a lot, especially barbecue season is coming up. So I like flattening them out, throwing them on the barbecue. You can even do this with a turkey. It cuts down your turkey time, cooking time like by half.
That is
great. Okay, well now I know what spatchcocking is. Thank you.
Okay, so we've all heard of shrinkflation, where instead of raising the prices, companies are reducing what you get. Like you're actually getting less product. Have people noticed this?
Yeah, it's infuriating.
The bags are getting smaller.
They are. What are your tips for combating shrinkflation when we're out shopping?
There's certain products that I just won't buy anymore because I know they've done it, and I'd rather them raise the price than try to
it's a principle of the thing.
You know
it really bugs me too.
Yeah. So just watch out for it. So start looking and doing a little bit of math when you go to the grocery store. Okay. You want to look for things like unit pricing. So I love it when I go to a grocery store and I see like 3 mangoes for $5 because I know I can pick out 3 mangoes for $5. I don't like it when I go to the grocery store and I see $8.99 per pound for grapes because then I'm like, where's the scale? And then you get to the cash register, and then it's awkward because
the grapes are $35.
Yes, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So you want to look out for unit pricing, keep that in mind, do a little bit of math, look at the price per pound, compare different things, and watch out for those smaller bags or you're rustling things around. There might not be as much in there, you know?
Right. So true.
Christine, thank you. It's always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much.
Great.
I'm still eating them up in the moment.
Thanks for watching. We've got lots more discussion and debates on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.